Most leaders think they have a time problem. They don't. They have a capacity problem. And if you don't understand the difference, you will continue to optimize something that is not actually broken, while the real issue quietly erodes your performance. Here's what I see at the executive level. You're still working the same hours. Your calendar is still full. You're still showing up, leading, and executing, but something feels different. Your decisions feel heavier. Clarity takes longer, and the same level of output requires more effort than it used to. This is not a time problem. That's a declining cognitive capacity. And this is where the conversation around leadership needs to shift. Because time is fixed. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. But capacity is variable. It fluctuates based on your physiology, your recovery, your cognitive load, and your internal state. And when capacity drops, everything downstream gets affected. Your thinking slows. Your ability to process complexity decreases. Your tolerance for ambiguity narrows. And most importantly, your decision quality starts to decline. Not dramatically, not in a way that immediately sets off alarms, but subtly, quietly. Over time, you start second-guessing decisions you normally would have made quickly. You revisit conversations. You delay things that used to feel straightforward. And because you're still functioning, because you're still performing, you don't label it as a problem. You just push harder. You try to manage your time better. You add more structure, more discipline, more effort. But here's the issue. You cannot out-discipline declining capacity. And this is where leadership performance gets misunderstood. Because leadership is not just strategic, it's physiological. Your brain is an organ, and under sustained stress, without adequate recovery, it does not perform the same. And no one is talking about this at the level it needs to be discussed. Because what looks like a performance issue is often a capacity issue. And what looks like a time issue is often a recovery issue. So the real question becomes not how I manage my time better, but how stable is my capacity? Because if your capacity isn't stable, your leadership won't be either. And this is where the risk starts, not at burnout. Burnout is the end stage. The risk starts much earlier when capacity begins to fluctuate. Because fluctuating capacity creates inconsistent decision quality. And inconsistent decision quality creates organizational friction. Your execution is slower. You engage in more rework. You need more meetings to reach clarity. You have more dependence on external validation. And all of that traces back to your capacity. So let me give you a simple lens to start thinking this through. Ask yourself, are your decisions feeling heavier than they used to? Are you taking longer to reach clarity? Are you revisiting decisions more often? If the answer is yes, that's not a time issue. That's a capacity signal. And the leaders who understand this early are the ones who maintain their edge because they stop trying to optimize time and they start stabilizing their capacity. And that is the shift. Leadership performance is not a time or productivity problem. It's a capacity problem. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So if this is resonating, if you're noticing that your decisions feel heavier, slower, or less clear, don't try to push harder. Stabilize your capacity first. That's where your leverage is. And if you want to go deeper into how to identify and stabilize this early, Join me in my live session. You're not burned out. You're operating at reduced capacity. And here's how to fix it. I'm going to show you all of this on May 6th at 6 p.m. You can DM me for the link or book a strategy call, and we'll map out exactly where your capacity is leaking. The link for my strategy calls are on my LinkedIn bio. Or if you're watching this on Facebook and YouTube, DM me capacity, and I'll send you the link to my strategy call and the link to my May 6th webinar at 6 p.m. Until 12:30 tomorrow. Protecting your decision quality as a strategic asset protects your leadership longevity. See you tomorrow at 12:30.